Good morning, everybody. What a great morning it is. Good Monday morning. Happy Monday to you. It's time for Morning Manna, and I'm so thankful and grateful to God to be with you on this morning to let's get the week started out right with some Morning Manna. I thank God for the weekend that I've had. I hope you had a great weekend as well, where you went to worship on the first Sunday of the year. Hope you were in church on the first Sunday of the year. And now we are starting out the year, and got a word for you on this morning. Now, if it's your first, second, or third time joining us, I always like for you to let us know who you are, where you are, so we can shout you out. Let me give you the rules of engagements. It's always the text to talk and the takeaway. You got to share the manna. You got to share your comments on the manna as well as so that you can have other people chime in as well. So we just thank God for it. Let's get right into this morning's manna. And I want to start out talking about this whole idea of GPS. Many of us have a GPS either on our phone or in our car or both. And I don't know about you, but I don't go anywhere without turning on my GPS when I don't know where I'm going. When I am not sure where I'm going, I make sure I put in the coordinates or the address or whatever the case may be. And then I turn it on and I listen to the directions that the GPS is giving. Now, the interesting thing with it is I trust this car. I trust this phone. I trust the Google map to get me where I am going, to a place I've never been before. And I put more trust in the Google map, in the GPS system, than I do anything else. What about 2018? What about 2018? Do you know where you're going in 2018? Do you have any clue as to what the next second will bring, let alone the next day? Well, it behooves you to turn on your GPS. That's what we're going to deal with today. God positioning you for success. Here's the text, the talk, and the takeaway. The text is this. It's Philippians 2:13. For God is working in you, giving you the desire and power to do what pleases him. God is working in you to do and give you the power to do what pleases him. God is working in you, giving you the desire and the power to do what pleases him. God is preoccupied with your success for 2018. And there's three things that you need to get in order to know that that's what God has for you, to bring you to success in 2018. How many of you want to be successful in 2018? I know I do. I am not interested in an unsuccessful year. I want victory every day of the week, and I want to get to where God is trying to take me, but I have no clue as to how to get there. Do you? Well, he is. First of all, here it is. God is using his power. God is using his power to get you to the place that he's trying to get you to. Now remember, when you turn on your GPS, you go past all kinds of signs. There are all kinds of signs that will come up in 2018. And if you don't have on your GPS from God, you're going to pay more attention to the signs than you will the voice of God. If you can listen to a Google map tell you what to do, certainly you can listen to God speaking to your heart, because he's going to use his power so that you can get in position that he will actually bring you to success. Here's the second thing is God is preoccupied with you. He's preoccupied with you. Most of the time we think in terms of, you know what, I'm going hard after God, and you should. But have you ever thought that God is chasing you? Have you ever thought that when God gave his son while you were yet a sinner, that God was preoccupied with you? Have you ever thought that he said that you are the apple of his eye? Have you ever thought that God said that your name was written in the palm of his hand poetically? Have you ever thought that every tear that drops, he said from the psalmist, that he puts them in a lyrical jar on the mantle? Have you ever thought that he has already knows the hairs on your head? That he wove you in your mother's womb before you ever knew that you were coming to this earth. Jeremiah said that he knew you before the beginning of time. Paul said the very same thing. So I need you to get that. He's preoccupied with you. So if God is preoccupied with you, then your success is at the forefront of God. He's going to give you the power. He's preoccupied with you. And here's the third thing. God wants you to please him. God wants you to please him. The writer of Paul writes that in Philippians. He says that God wants you to have the desires to please him. And guess what? Here's your takeaway. When you please God, you will have a successful year. When you please God, you will have a successful year. That's what it takes. And he's going to bring you to that expected end. That's what Jeremiah said. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not harm you, plans to give you hope in the future and bring you to an expected end. God is going to bring you to an expected end. I call it GPS. Turn your GPS on today, this week, this year. God positioning you for success. God bless you. Hope you have a great week this week. The Lord be with you. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. Share the manna. Share the manna. I'll see you next Monday with more Monday Morning Manna. Bye now.